Well, it says we're live, baby.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
What?
Sorry.
We don't talk like.
YouTube is acting up.
All right, guys, you didn't hear that. I'm sure.
I hope
No
not.
such language ever comes out of my wife's mouth
Bite
like
my
that.
tongue.
You know that. Um, we're live, evidently, aren't we? Oh my goodness. I hope everybody's having a good evening. End of the week, Friday. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. I've never streamed on a Friday. And there's a reason for that. I think most people, even, I have an older audience, a growing younger audience, and I appreciate both factions of my audience. It's the younger audience that'll carry this on as we go, on to our further pastures. Us older folks can't be here forever. And so, you younger viewers out there are what gonna, you're the ones that are gonna carry all of this on. And like I've said in the past, the channel now is more into the procurement of what we have and what we're getting currently by a few key bands in comparison to what we used to get. And I want to inculcate those. I want to work on inculcating all of those aspects into what I consider classic rock up until whenever I'm on. Right now, classic rock up until 2025. I even said, "Hi, Joseph. It's good to see you." Yeah, he says, WTF. I'm sure that means, what the freak? I didn't know this was live. Yeah, I put out notification for it a couple hours ago. And the reason I'm doing that tonight, Joseph, is kind of in connection with my last stream, but really not. You can watch this standalone. So if you folks are watching this stream, we'll cover pretty much anything we covered there, and we're going to stay really focused on Led Zeppelin tonight. I'm Michael Noland, by the way, in case you're just kind of, oh, there's a live stream. Wonder what that guy's all about. And this is the bottom line. That's the name of the channel, Michael Noland, the bottom line. Tonight is Tribal Forum number 73. And we're going to be talking or asking the question, I should say, wait a freaking minute. Did Led Zeppelin just pull a fast one on us? And now, before I get on any further, I also want, oh my
Oh,
goodness,
hi, Rocky Robin Bird.
Rock and Robin Bird in with the power of
Again,
two.
he's always doing
Oh
it,
man.
Rocky Robin Bird.
And I just see a B there. I
Thank
just see a
you.
B. Thank you so much, Rockin. Appreciate it. $2 super thanks. We call that, swinging the deuce hammer around here. We get large uh, super thanks from time to time. And I always want to reiterate that a lot of people want to support us, but I'm not going to, it's $20 that bites into my grocery bill. And just to let you know, even $1 super thanks, it really doesn't matter. But it seems like the favorite basic super thanks is the $2 super thanks that most of you send. So we've even named it. We call it the Deuce Hammer. And when you give one of those, you're swinging the Deuce Hammer. And it was either Irger Splitten Loudenboomer, aka many of you also know him as Gear Jam. If you read his comments, once the video has hit into replay, he'll make comments, and over there, he's known as Gear Jam. When he's here live, he's known as Irgish Loudenboomer. It was either him or well, there's three or four that could have come up with the original um, um, idea of swinging the deuce hammer. Michael Boswell would be one that would come to mind. Who else? Well, I'll get into super thanks here in a minute. Uh, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go down the list tonight real quick to shout you out. And then I'm going to go ahead and include those same people on my regular Sunday because I don't anticipate getting a big crowd tonight. Like I said, I think a lot of people of different ages, the young folks are out every Friday and Saturday night. So for an old man like me to get them to view me, You got to be on their time zone a bit. And even people in our own generation, and those are like in your 40s or 50s, and a lot of you are in that range. That is my largest group, is 40 to 50. That's growing right now. And welcome, welcome very much. I appreciate each and every single one of you, right? So, what's that, baby?
I said Oberheim is in.
Oberheim, Brandon, so good to see you. Brandon is our, he comes in the most with um, uh, his comments here from our contingency, our tribal contingency from down under. And the last couple of times I mentioned Australia, which is where Brandon is from. Uh, but I also have a large contingency of people from New Zealand. Really surprised me. I love both of the countries, and I love the folk there. I always think of Australia as the more British oriented. Every Australian's going, we're not British. Version of the old West, you know. And my heart kind of goes out to the culture, and you can thank Paul Hogan for that. When I started really becoming aware of Australia, but Australia is a big market for classic rock, right? And they love a whole lot of you down there love the very same bands that I do, and that's true for England and Canada, Mexico, Argentina. I've got viewers from all over this planet. We have viewers from Japan. I've had viewers from Japan from the moment I started this channel, before I even converted over to rock and roll. Right? I started the channel in 2021. October 28th was my first video. By February 15th of 2022, I had converted a tech-oriented channel into a rock channel. All right. So I'm just waiting for folks to come on in, and then we're going to get right into this. We're not going to have a super long stream tonight, folks, because we're going to cover a very concise um, um, portion of the Led Zeppelin story. On my last stream, I posed the question: has 2025 become the year of Led Zeppelin? And I gave you my usual suspects as to why that was true, uh, and also saying at the beginning that the reason I think it is mainly because the Beatles have let us down for 3 years in a row by releasing compilation albums, right? And if you think about what we're going to be talking about tonight, the more I think about it, really, it's kind of all we're getting from Led Zeppelin 2. So why did I choose to order Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti 50th anniversary, when I already own Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti uh, uh, 40th anniversary. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. Tonight, we're going to be comparing three different versions of physical graffiti, or should I say, two different versions. Well, you know what? I'm going to let you guys make up your mind. I'm going to try to carve out some time at the end of my presentation. I'm going to be looking in on each and every one of you. Well, not each and every one of you. Sometimes we get thousands. It depends. But I'm going to try and get a good cross section. I don't play favorites. I look at the comments only. I don't really look at the name. I'm looking for the contents in the comments. So you let me know. First of all, here's my first question. Of the albums I'll be covering tonight, are they three different versions or are they two different versions? All right. And my next question will be are any of you interested in purchasing the 50th anniversary of Physical Graffiti and or the live EP? Now, Vance from Zeppelin today is what really put a butt in my fire. I strongly, Vance is one of four channels that I've got on my featured channels list. Okay. So he's very tribal. Love the man. He's out of Chicago. Okay. He's a bit younger than me, but he's got a lot of salt and grizzle on him. Very well traveled, and I'd consider him an elder of rock of YouTube content creators, most definitely. And he just put out a video today trying to explain. Now, first of all, you got to understand before he put out that video, Vance caught my live stream after the fact, and he had a great comment. He says, "Oh man, I wish I hadn't missed this live stream because I could have added so much more to the information." And I'm keep looking down here. I see so many of you. I'd love to shout out. Just give me a while. But I'm also looking for Vance to see if he's in the audience tonight. If not, I'm sure I'll hear from him after. But you guys got to go over there because he explains this whole thing pretty pretty damn well. Okay, I love his presentation and everything, but I've got a little bit different take on what Vance has to offer. Okay. But as far as him, he'll show you the albums. He'll show you what you're getting with it. We'll do a little bit of that tonight. But what I want to do is talk about, what have we really gotten from Led Zeppelin? Now, before any of you think this is going to be a bashing on Led Zeppelin, it's not. They're my second favorite band, and I have purchased these albums after even criticizing what the Beatles have had to offer us this year, thus saying that I would be purchasing Led Zeppelin, my second favorite band underneath the Beatles, this year instead of what the Beatles are having to offer. However, that doesn't mean there isn't room for criticism, and uh, I I will be bringing up some of those aspects into tonight's story. However, I want you to know right off the bat is the 50th anniversary um, 3 LP, okay, or whatever CD version you get, worth purchasing? And if you ask me, I say, yes, I've purchased it. Okay. Am I happy with it? Yes, I'm happy with it. But if I had been another person or another LP collector, I'm not so sure. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to try and keep it lighthearted, critical, but lighthearted. After all, we're talking about my second favorite band in rock and roll, and this whole channel lit up overnight because I was covering this band. Now, at first, I was covering the Beatles, and the channel was growing great. But the second I switched to Led Zeppelin, the channel just took off. And part of that reason for that is another Led Zeppelin, primarily a Led Zeppelin channel, uh, Soul Train Bro, gave me a great big shout out, and I gained a lot of viewers there. Now, in the last couple of years, my output for Led Zeppelin has been hit and miss. They haven't been in the news lately, so I couldn't attach that. And I was covering a lot of current stories, which I still will in the future, but nowhere near like I've been doing. I'm not a rock buzz kind of channel. I couldn't keep up with that pace. Channels like that put 2 or 3 videos out, 4 or 5 videos out a day, and they have to because they need to stay uh, focused on a growing audience, and they have become great. I think Rock Buzz is over 100,000 now, right? Harmless Dave. I'm wondering if he'll get his channel back now. But anyway, Harmless Dave, he was approaching 100,000. I think it was 80 some thousand um, subscribers, but he was taken off and he's regrowing his channel. But his channel, I have no horse in that race, folks, right? I watch people that I agree with and I don't agree with all the time. And I'm not saying I agree or disagree with either one of the examples that I have just given you. I'm just saying those are 2 examples of a channel that tries to keep current. And I think I'm going to be covering the major headlines. Um, but I'm not going to be spending a lot of time searching for, oh, gee, what is going to be my next video? What could I possibly talk about? Because when I first started this channel, I just talked about what I wanted to talk about. And so you may be seeing me returning to some of the core bands I haven't spent much time on in this chat in the last year and a half of this channel. I want to spend more time on Led Zeppelin. On my last stream, I heard from Ernie from what is it? Architects. I'm trying to remember Architects. Uh, he's from yeah, Architects is part of the name of his channel, and I just had it. Good Lord, where are these people? You disappeared on me, Ernie.
Oh dear.
It's his fault, baby, not mine.
There you go again.
There I go again, she says. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, I have a list of you guys that I've got. There he is. Okay. Yeah, tectonic architects, right? Now, Ernie used to, get in here all the time, every single video I had, sometimes two or three comments per video. Helene Spalding, who is the person, she is. She before even Storm Cop started really supporting me with the super thanks and sending us on another level. Prior to that, no one had done me a bigger favor than Helene Spalding and her husband. Helene took it upon herself and made Wayne at Soul Train Bro. Soul Train Bro is a classic rock album. Don't let the title fool you, or classic rock channel, I should say. Don't let the title fool you. So, and Wayne did me a big solid, and the channel grew. And, I want to get back to my roots a little bit here, right? And start like
Oh,
anew. I saw that.
Urge Split and just came in.
Urge Split and Loud and Boomer, Deuce Hammer, Friday edition. Howdy, tribe. You know what? If you just got in, Gear Jam, I introduced you as Gear Jam before. Because you're one of the prime suspects that I have. I have 4 or 5 of you that may have started the term Deuce Hammer. Was it you? Or if somebody else is out there who came up with that, because I've inculcated that into the channel. It's tribal nomenclature, you might even say, right? So it's good to see you, Gear Gem. And I hope some people are finding their way here. We've got 34 now. When I started the stream, I only had 10 people up. After all, I only stream on Sundays and Wednesdays for the most part. And when I've had to go off script, the other days that I've streamed once on Saturday. That was my very first stream, right? Because I didn't want to bump into Royce's show. We'll talk about Royce here in a minute. And then I've done a couple of Monday streams, a couple of Tuesdays, and 1 or 2 Thursdays. And those were special events. The ones on Mondays have almost always been, except a promise stream to you, because we're getting so many super thanks on Sunday. I felt like I owed you another show. And so we followed that up. And besides, what you guys were talking about in your super thanks needed some more additional time. So I've done that, right? But not very often. I think I've only done that twice, maybe 3 times in the 7 months that we've been streaming live, right? And Thursday, occasionally I've used Thursday because if I was ill or we had something going on at home, I couldn't make the Wednesday stream, then I've made it up there. And of course, Tuesday streams have also been promised streams as well. All right, so that kind of catches you up on what's happening with the channel, what we're going to be talking about tonight. Also, I did want to bring up Rockin' Robin Bird's question here before I even got up. All right, so I took a screenshot of this, Robin, and I want to feature what you had to say. You said, Michael, now my curiosity is piqued. Actually, she started off by saying, "Hi, Michael." Okay. Now my curiosity is piqued, and I definitely want to add this to my vinyl, although I can only get one. But which one is the question I'm asking myself? Ha ha. Right? And we're going to be trying to help you out tonight, Rockin'. All right. But before we get into that, I always give a shout out to those who have given us super thanks, like the folks here tonight. I'll go right to them, but I always do it from the last stream. All right. Now, I streamed on Wednesday. These folks, now, because tonight is a Friday night, and we're probably not going to get the audience we usually get. I'm going to go ahead and reread these on Sunday, along with those of you who give us a super thanks tonight. again as an additional thanks on my normally scheduled stream. All right, I feel like I owe that to you, but just to give you an idea who's helping us out so well on this channel these days, Michael Boswell came in with a $2 super thanks. Deuce is Wild swung another deuce hammer at us, a $2 super thanks. Irgish Split and Laudenboomer, we've heard from him already,
Yeah.
gave us a $2 super thanks. Another swinging. See, this is what I mean. You swing that deuce hammer enough, and right there, you've got $6 that goes to help the channel out, right? So, and then Michael Boswell came in again, this time with a $5 super thanks. Rockin' Robin Bird came in with a $2 super thanks. See how this works? And Irger Split and Laudenboomer came in with yet another Deuce Hammer, $2 super thanks. And Deuces Wild came in for the second time with a $20 super thanks. See, that's one of the larger super thanks we get. Michael Boswell was in and yet again with a $2 super thanks. Joseph Blue, who I see out there right now, thank you so much for your $5 super thanks. Matter of fact, most of you that I'm reading here are out there right now. Just the Facts Man, one of two channels that I have a network with. We call them brother channels around here. Just the Facts Man, wonderful channel. He has just become uh, um, monetized for the first time, or I think it was for the first time. So if you want to support a channel, he's planning to do a upcoming. He's mentioned it on Royce, so I don't think I'm spilling the beads. But he's going to England and he's going to try to put together either a mini or full documentary of sorts. So if you want to help him kind of produce that, please go on over to his channel and you can become a patron to that upcoming um, uh, documentary that Dan has in mind. Of course, Dan is a member of the Four Horsemen, right? I am too, as are about a half a dozen to eight people who are part of the Four Horsemen. You go, well, why do you call yourself the Four Horsemen? Well, first of all, I don't call myself the Four Horsemen. Royce started calling me one of the Four Horsemen because he rebranded his channel. And Royce this afternoon has an excellent video out right now. That's why I decided to stream at 6 because Royce had left a message telling me he was going to do a pre recorded special video live for, in other words, a premiere. And I went over and I saw it. I want to rewatch it before I leave a message for you, Royce. Is Royce out in the stream, baby?
No, not so far.
Yeah. See, nobody knows I'm streaming, but he'll catch up with this anyway. So that's an excellent video, and it deserves a hell of a lot more views than it's got. And of course, Royce is the predominant brother channel to this channel. But there's three channels right now that were kind of connected. There's actually four channels, myself, Dan, and Royce. Now, that means those are two of the four channels I heavily support. Of course, Wayne at Soul Train Bro is in my featured list. And of course, Vance, who I've already been talking to. Have you seen Vance out, Zeppelin out there, baby?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Haven't tuned in, but
Okay, that's good.
the night's young.
Yeah. But even if he doesn't show up, you guys, after this stream, go on over and check out both his and Royce's videos. It's all Led Zeppelin centric tonight, folks. Okay, so he came in with a $10 super thanks. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. Dan the man is what I call him. And then Ben Scheidecker in with a $5 super thanks. Thank you so much, Ben. I want to get over here to my next set of notes. Yeah, okay. I can catch that up when I get to it. All right. So, all right, we've got 54 watching. That's already a larger crowd than we had on Wednesday. For some reason, well, I mean, we I think we cracked 52 on Wednesday. That was our highest thing, which is kind of low for a Wednesday. But it's been a year, hasn't it, for a lot of us? And I quite understand that. We've got 26 thumbs up. You know what? If there's 54 of you watching, believe it or not, right now, if every single one of you gave us a super thanks,
Uh-huh.
a thumbs up. Oh, I'm up to 30. Hold on a bit, baby, just a second.
Okay.
Now, if you everybody gave me a thumbs up right now that's watching right now, we would get up to. Oh, all right, good. We would get up to this stream getting another bump up, and we could get a larger audience. We're fighting the Friday curse, folks. Okay, but I appreciate each and every one of you. And if we have a small gathering, I'm seeing Dragon is in. That's wonderful. James Watson, good to hear from you, brother. Royce isn't in the house, he says. Yeah. Royce has been very busy, first of all. And for him to even produce that video he just produced, he had to take special time out. Royce was putting out a lot more content a couple of months ago, but see, he was also not making the money that he needed to make. He needed to get another job. He does his own contracting and things like that in the real world. And so he made a supreme effort to get that out. That video needs to be watched. And Eric Schultz is in. Always good to see Eric Schultz in. Dr. Insomnia, Royce Rock, Royce. Yeah. We've got Joseph Blue, of course, we've mentioned a couple of times. Michael Belshay, I am subbed. Welcome, Michael. I love that last name, Belshay, baby.
I do
Yeah,
too.
or is it Belshay? That would even be kind of fancier. Hi, I'm Michael. Michael Belshay, shaken, not stirred, that type of thing. But it's so good to see you guys. A guy, 1900 and 763. Hi, rock on from Australia. See what I mean? Hey, Guy, it's good to see you. Oh, man, look at all you guys. Oh, so we've got some new viewers in that we've never gotten. And you know what? If people come in, by the time I'm done, and they just see this as a replay, I think you're going to be glad that you did. This is going to be kind of fun, yet critical at the same time, folks. All right, so keep that in mind as we go on through. All right, let's see. I've covered the shout outs. I'm not going to cover merchandise tonight. I know it's been a while since I brought it up. We got things like this, Try. He said he real quick, knowing it's backwards because I'm a dingbat and haven't fixed that yet. But we have tribal mugs. All you have to do is click on the title. If you're on a device right now of the show, it'll give you a link. Did I bother to even do that? Probably not. And yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, join. Yeah, you join the channel right now. I'll include a link on that after I'm done. I didn't even tag this video, right? So this isn't as bad as on Wednesday when I gave you about a half hour before I got up. You actually had a couple, 3 hours, kind of to get your notifications on this. So I appreciate each and every one of you who have shown up so far. All right, so let's see. Did I cover all of tribal business? A lot of people unsubscribing. You know what? I need that for a time when I can cover it. But there are unsubscriptions going. Channel's in critical condition right now. But I appreciate you. We got a new subscriber, evidently, just since I started here. Every single subscriber is so very important these days, folks. But this ain't going to be no bitch session, I can guarantee you. So I think we got that going. If I have time, I'll go over and read an article I didn't get a chance to read on my last thing or stream. I'm so punch drunk these days, from streaming and not knowing when and all of that, that I don't know where to go first. Okay, so basically, we're talking about Led Zeppelin. In my last stream, we talked about it's been a great year. We know that they released their movie. The DVD is coming out. The DVD is also coming out with bonus material that they just recently found. I covered all of that in my last video, right? We're getting the live EP, and Vance on his excellent video said, yeah, he agreed with me. It's damn near an album. I mean, it's like right around the 30-minute mark, and there's plenty of classic rock albums from back in the day that are considered full albums, but they're calling it a EP, and it's live, and it's for the tracks from their live concerts that are from this particular DVD, and again the image is backwards, but it's the Led Zeppelin DVD, right? And so, there are four live tracks from this DVD that were from the Physical Graffiti album. So it's considered a companion piece, depending. You can also get it part of the package, I understand, and everything. But I'm going to tell you how I accidentally backed into this whole decision that I've made. Again, that decision is this year, the monies that I had at the end of the year that I wanted to spend on new offerings by classic rock artists. Usually, this time of the year, I'm looking for, it'd be nice if there was a real nice box set. I only own one box set because since I started vinyl collecting, there's only been one that I really want so far, and that's been the um, Revolver box set, and I have that, and I love it, right? But every time, around this time of year, and every year for the last 3 years, I've wound up buying newer albums by artists, like Patient Number Nine, instead of a Beatle offering along with, say, Mirror to the Sky. I might get patient number nine, Mirror to the Sky by Yes, and yet another equals one. And I know these are all different years, but on one year, I'll grab those three instead of maybe a box set that I would have contemplated getting from the Beatles or Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd, right? Those are my three favorite bands. So that I kind of backed into this deal, and I'll tell you how that happened. Um, I'm just now starting to collect vinyl again. Now, I had a big old collection, probably right around 1,000 LPs back in the day, right? And like Vance, I had a middle of the road sound system. I always have, right? The turntable I have is very good, but it's very middle of the road. And most people would consider, most serious record collectors will say, at least start with that one. That one's, yeah, it's got a lot of the stuff that the big ones have, right? And so that's always been me. I'm not a guy that goes out and buys a $10,000 stereo system or has to have a $5,000 set of speakers or anything like that. Not that I wouldn't if I had the bucks to buy those things. Hey, I'm a retiree. I'm on a budget, folks. But I love the whole experience of vinyl. And when it was becoming a thing again, I spent years going, should I? I don't know. Should I? I don't know. And then Royce Eddings, who's the channel from the channel The Four Horsemen, a good friend of mine, kept sending me vinyl. He sent me this and he sent me that. I go, what am I right, babe? I turned to you and I went, what the hell am I going to do with this stuff?
Yes, you did.
And she told me, well, you're going to have to get a stereo, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I held off, and I thought maybe he'd get tired. He'd stop sending me stuff. But he wound, good Lord, he had to send me 20 albums at least, right?
Hmm.
And so I finally made the jump. And so, of course, when I made the jump, I'm looking. So I'm kind of a new collector in that way. Old ears. I know what I'm looking for. Kind of. Like I said, I bumped into this one, kind of ass backwards. And that's because I am a new vinyl collector and I'm just now getting into, all right, what to look for and all of that crap. Okay. So that's where we're at. That's how I've backed into this. And of course, we're talking about the 50th anniversary release of Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin as mastered and produced by Jimmy Page. Now, I said in my last video that I wasn't sure whether this was a remaster. I think in the video before that, I was under the assumption that this was yet another new remaster. And so I already had Physical Graffiti. This will explain it. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. All right. Again, the image is backwards, but take a look at this, and we're going to be discussing this. And the quality of this stream probably isn't going to get you. It doesn't look too bad. All right. And for those of you who want to just freeze the screen or anything like that, that'll give you the details. All right. Now, the reason I bought this wasn't because I wanted the 40th anniversary edition or remaster of physical graffiti. You see, being a new collector, I'm going to go back to what I had before and what my fondest memories are. And those are, generally speaking, about 10 bands that I'm primarily interested in getting first before I get yet other bands, right? And Led Zeppelin is number two with me. And quite frankly, since I started collecting vinyl, I've gotten plenty of Beatles stuff, Beatle related, solo Beatles stuff. But Led Zeppelin is, I've got more Led Zeppelin than I've gotten anything else in the last year and a half, for sure. Okay. So we're talking about this 40th anniversary. Now, over on Vance's video, he showed a 40th anniversary as well. Now, in order for me to talk about what he's talking about and what it just kind of blew my mind, right? Like I said, I'm a newbie, all right? But you know what? I know a lot of my viewers are too to this whole thing. And just translate all I'm talking about vinyl here to CDs and just do a quick search. And you'll find out, for the most part, all of this is true for the CD releases as well. What'd you say, baby?
I said Caitlin's in.
Hey, Caitlin, darling, you back from vacation? Were your ears burning? The divine Caitlin Stoddard, rock writer. By the way, we have a rock writer.
Her channel is Caitlin's Magical Corner.
Her channel is Caitlin's Magical Corner. Another channel that, well, I'm at pretty much all of her streams these days. I've always been at every stream I could possibly be at. But when I used to stream just dedicated videos, sometimes her stream would be on when I was shooting and or editing for my release. And I would go back and just say, sorry, I missed it, you know. But even in those days, I still got most of hers. Oh, Royce is in the house. Yeah. Good. Royce, I already had everybody, notified about your latest video. I sent you a message if you didn't get it, telling you I was going to hold off to a 6 o'clock stream tonight because I knew you were streaming at 5. Neither Royce or I either stream on Fridays. And I've had a couple of messages with Royce. And up to my very last message, I wasn't planning on streaming tonight until I saw Vance's video. So everybody, again, Royce, Four Horsemen, check out his video on what is the song No Quarter really about. As you guys know on my past videos, I've torn that song apart hook, line, and sinker. So I was very interested in that. You did a great job, boys. Okay, so Vance was, and that's where I was going up to here. Vance was showing his 40th anniversary album. And let me check and see if I can find that one. Okay, so first of all, make sure. Yeah, one more. Oh, I thought that was the one. Yeah, okay. So this one says, and in the studio lighting, I'm not going to try and read this, but that's why I made a screenshot of it. The little red tag that I showed you down there, it reads like this: 40th anniversary edition on 180 gram vinyl. Okay, includes cashmere and trampled underfoot, remastered and produced by Jimmy Page. That's the 40th anniversary I got. All right, double album. Look at that sleeve, still as thin as it ever was. Right. All right, there's the LPs in the back and all of that. All right. Now, I told you on my last stream, I had ordered the 50th anniversary, right? And it was supposed to have been in on Wednesday. Then I got a notification, won't be until Monday. And then it showed up on my doorstep yesterday. So, yeah, figure that one out. All right, so I did buy this one, okay? And this is the 50th anniversary, 3-disc. All right, you get the bonus disc plus another item with it. So that's what I got. So now I'm stuck with 2 versions of physical graffiti. Robin's going, which one do I get? Well, there's a third version. Let's see. Vance showed his version of the 40th anniversary album. And here's what his little red tag said: 40th anniversary deluxe edition on three LPs. All right, so they're promising three LPs. My version just now has two LPs. Just the album is remastered. All right, it's the old album. That's what I bought. Went down to the store. Don't have physical graffiti yet. Oh, they got a copy. I grabbed it. I go 40th. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's the 40th. Okay, that's cool too. And I got it for a good price. But it goes on. LPs one and two, original album, which is what I got, and it looks identical. The headline, 40th anniversary edition on 180 gram. This one says 40th anniversary deluxe edition on three LPs, 180 grams. So very similar, I should say. All right. So and on this, you get on LP3 unreleased studio outtakes. This is the 40th anniversary deluxe edition on three LPs. What the hell is going on? Wait a minute. So I've got the 40th here that I bought this year. And then this is how I backed into it. Then I heard they were going to be releasing a three-disc set. That's when I started looking for things, right? And the only thing I could find online was for the 50th anniversary. Okay. So the 50th anniversary reads identical to the 40th anniversary, except that it says 50th. So I did some research. What the hell is going on here, right? Why would they have a 40th anniversary of physical graffiti with three discs? And yet I go to the store, I get a two-disc version of it. Well, and here's another thing to keep in mind. The idea of whether Jimmy Page remastered this, that's dead. This is the same remastering of the album from the 40th anniversary, right? And yet, a lot of the early articles that were talking about the three-disc 50th anniversary, which is when I finally got into the story, right? They were all saying a remaster like it was something special. So I was assuming, this was remastered by Jimmy Page. I'm going to get the same mix, but another remaster from Jimmy Page. No, you don't get that at all. As a matter of fact, you don't get a damn thing more than what Vance's copy for his 40th anniversary deluxe edition, except for one thing. Here's what you would get. Here's the one thing that you will get with the 50th anniversary that you wouldn't get for the 40th anniversary. If and I can find it, I thought I'd put it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So I'm not going to open it up. There's no point in me showing you the discs and everything. They look just like when I unboxed the 40th anniversary, right? But here's the one difference. This is the one thing you get that you didn't get with the 40th anniversary 3D or three disc set. And that is the poster. Once again, I'm so sorry. We got a backwards thing. I guess this was a promo poster at the time. I don't recall seeing this in my record store, but that could have been, they may have had several kinds of posters that were, designed to sell the record. Maybe in my area it was slightly. I just don't recall the poster. Right now, is the poster nice? Yeah. And since I bought it, are you glad it's there? Yeah. All right. But let's take a look at what they're offering. So evidently, what's happened here is at the beginning of this year, Vance, you got to clarify this for me. They released the three disc version as the 40th anniversary, and then some idiot said, hey, wait a minute, it so happens to be. Or they did it late last year. Is that what's happening? And this is the same damn thing they released from the 40th anniversary. Only, you know what they did? They slipped a poster in it. That's the only difference between the 40th three disc set and the 50th 3D three disc set. So now think about that. All right. And that's why I titled this stream, hey, wait a minute. Did Led Zeppelin just pull something on us? Because this is obviously a mere marketing ploy. Now, keep in mind, just in case you've joined the stream and you missed my intro, I always got to be careful about this, baby. I'm glad I bought this. I am so happy I have this. This is my big ticket item. Matter of fact, here it is. I told you I wasn't interested in getting a Beatle box set this year, and yet somehow I was bound and determined to get my where did that go? My Beatle to get a box set. Well, we talked about this in my last stream. Uh, And I mentioned this at the beginning. Again, backwards, sorry. The live album. And it's being called an EP, but just about 30 minutes. That's album length. Come on. Vance agrees with me, by the way. All right. And I truly agree with him. So, and another difference is in the actual thickness between the two disc version. All right. See, you've actually got a ribbing on the side. They've built up almost a box. Yeah, this and this is the best I could do this year to come up with a box set is to build my own, Dad. And so here's what I did out in the workshop. I got a 4 disc box set from Led Zeppelin. That's about the only way you can, possibly justify purchasing it. Now, the reason I'm happy I got it is because, first of all, my 40th anniversary edition didn't come with a third disc. I wanted the third disc. I didn't give a damn about uh, the um, the poster. I mean, the poster that they slipped. They took the sticker off. They slipped in they just unwrapped all these things, stuck a poster in, and then resealed it and put a 50th sticker on it, right? And as if, and for me, the draw was the third uh, LP of the outtakes. If they had offered the 40th anniversary like I got it and said only this one has the poster, I would have told them where to shove it, because the poster don't do it. But this is part of the selling aspects of it, and those early articles, made this big deal about him remastering this, and kind of fell off by the wayside a little bit as in answering that, well, it's the same remaster by Jimmy Page. There was so little information, it was hard to get a hold of it. And if that's your answer, okay, so if you've got the 40th anniversary of the 3 disc set, all you're going to get is the poster on the 50th. That's all you're going to get. All right, so the big question is, Rock and Robin, which of these to get? Well, if you don't have any of them, get the 50th. All right. If you don't have the money for the 50th, you want to save a little bit, you're at the record store and they got the 40th 2 disc. You're not going to be disappointed. You got the whole album as it came. You're not going to get any of the extras, right? And if if you see the 40th 3 disc set out there and you can save some bucks, and you're like me and you don't give a damn about the additional poster, again, it's nice. I'm glad it's in my copy, but it wouldn't have made me buy it. And I'll give you an example why. How about this album? What the hell does this have to do with Led Zeppelin? Well, let's take a look at this album. Let's take it out for a second here. Okay. This is, of course, this is a later release of the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. But it is just a regular release from a band doing it. And guess what? That's pretty freaking great extra artwork, isn't it? Look at that. Now, my original one, I cut out the mustache because I had a hard time growing a mustache just to put it in front of my face. What would I look like with a sergeant? Yeah, a lot of you have told me you did the same thing, so I'm not ashamed of it. Hey, I was a young teenager. I wasn't even in my mid-teens yet. So that's what I did with it, still being more kid than teenager, right? But see what I'm saying? See what we're being offered by the masters at the time, and now they use what they used to offer us with a regular release on any given day as an extra draw. You know, it's like, man, it seems a very chintzy release when you think of it along those lines. So that's my kind of look at the whole thing. I'm looking at it and I'm going, man, I am so happy I have it. If you are rebuying these for the first time, you've just got back into buying vinyl, or you've been into buying vinyl, but you hadn't got to Led Zeppelin. Maybe Led Zeppelin's your 10th favorite band and you've been buying everything else. I would say do yourself a favor. I think the 50th anniversary is the best one to go, unless you can find the 40th anniversary 3 disc set. And the poster ain't that important to you, but the money you would save is. Then go ahead and get that, because sonically you're getting nothing different between the two um, different versions of Led Zeppelin. Okay, so that's my input. That's the reason why I'm streaming tonight. And I knew I was going to get right to the point, and I wanted to just go and spend the rest of the time talking to you fine folks. We've got 42 in. Let's see. Again, keep in mind what I'm looking for. I want to know your opinions on this, and I'll be talking about what you guys think here. Lee Page, good to see you, Lee. He says, if you want to get anything of the Led Zeppelin product, wait till the Christmas time. Rhino usually has huge, like 50% off sale. Yeah, good point. I got the Song Remains the Same box set last year, half price. Okay. Great, great. All right, there. That's worth the stream right there. You guys have been, save some money right there if you've got some patience, right? Uh, let's see. Fast Eagle says they definitely created real magic together. There will never be another Horseman. I'm old dude. I love the band 10 times since I was. Oh, he's talking another Horseman. I'm an old dude. I love the band level 10 since I was really, really young. Yeah, well, and Royce is a major Led Zeppelin fan, just like I am. Of course he is. And we all know what Zepper Earl is. Vance is, you know, Vance has every Led Zeppelin thing known to man. Also on his channel, he brought out that, Zepp News. And I saw the same article, and I see, I don't listen to Led Zeppelin to get their singles, but I did negate to say that, and I'll let Vance know. I don't want to spoil his party about a possible single that was indicated, but we're maybe not going to get, or can we still get it? He does some excellent surmising on that, so I don't want to steal his thunder from his video. Like I said, I highly recommend Royce's from the Four Horsemen's latest video. It just came out before I started streaming, and Vance's video that came out a few hours before Royce. And then you'll have a wonderful Led Zeppelin evening tonight. Blues Rocker, great tapes, but hated the mid song skips. The mid. Oh, are you talking about the live EP? Because was that because I had some problems with the. Are you talking about the mid song? Almost like it sounds like a record skip, and the whole band does these skip beats on what was it? That was on the last cut, right? Why can't I think of the song? The big song off of Physical Graffiti. I'm just having a brain fart right now. I noticed that, right? With Cashmere. Sorry. With Cashmere, there was some weird kind of things going. Is that what you're talking about? I'll scoot on down here to see if he says anything here in the next minute. Blues Rocker, Cashmere. Yeah. Okay. Cashmere. That's what I noticed too. It was a little jarring. Now, I think Vance was referring to me. He says, I know some. He's such a gentleman. You could have used my name. I'm not ashamed of what I say. He goes, I know some people think that the high end suffer a little bit. He says, I don't think so. So, my opinion, and the high ends I'm talking about are all on Robert Plant's voice. He tends to disappear into the midst of the whole sound. Again, I love the album. I'm glad. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But that was my one slight sonic criticism of it. It was mainly the highs off of Robert's voice, Vance, than the whole sound. I had no trouble with the band sound. It was mainly when he was, in matter of fact, the high ends that were kind of created there seemed to clash with the high ends of the band. And I think that's part of the reason why his vocals disappeared around that time. But thanks. See, we're finding out a whole lot tonight. Let's see. Fast Eagle. Okay, I already covered you. Lee Page, I got that. All right, let's see who else here. Thanks, Michael, for the help with deciding. I'll probably save to get the 50th. Yeah, you get everything, right? You don't have it, and you can afford it. The poster's wonderful. I'm glad it's in there. But like I said, I wouldn't buy it for the poster. Not when I'm used to getting, mustache cutouts from bands from way back just with their regular releases. I say, where was the poster the first time, right? Okay, Dalek, Dalek Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Doctor Who reference, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I love it. Loudon Boomer, hi. He's just saying hi. That's great. Let's see. Uh, oh, I love this. You guys are just chatting away. 44 watching with 38 likes. Please smash and like the button and subscribe to the channel and help us grow this freaking channel, says Irger Split and Loudon Boomer. I concur. Fast Eagle JPJ is in all ways equal to his bandmates. That comes from Royce. Yeah, Royce knows this about me. I think he's their secret weapon. And as great as Robert Plant and John Bonham is, before either one of them had a chance to shine, uh, John Paul Jones and Jimmy Page were superstars in the recording studio, weren't they, Royce? So yeah, he is equal to them. And as a matter of fact, I have called him their secret weapon. He's their secret sauce. All right, man, Page had the vision. JPJ had enough to offer to that vision to put his stamp on things that changed their direction. And Jimmy was smart enough to know that. And Jimmy was also smart enough to allow Robert Plant to get comfortable being the kind of frontman he was, even though Jimmy had doubts about him at the beginning. He was more interested in John Bonham, frankly. We talked a little bit about that for the whole story. Watch my last stream. So, no, this is a band, like all bands this great, this is a band of four equals. I don't agree with Roger Waters that Richard Wright was somehow, uh, you know, the weak spot out of Pink Floyd. I disagree with that totally. Pink Floyd was so great because they were a band of co equals, whether Roger Waters wants to admit it or not. The other three added enough to the mix that even despite his wonderful, sometimes full song offerings, sometimes the lyrics for other people's ideas, the whole band was made up like a square, just like the Beatles. Now, I said in my last stream, I don't do a lot of listening to Beatle or Ringo solo stuff. Just never have been a fan of it, right? I may rethink my, on one stream, I was so angry, right? And you guys know why. That I was going, I'm not even going to get the Ringo. I'm going to get the Ringo album. That's decent. You got to have it. It's almost canon. But other than that, I don't want anything else from Ringo. But while he was with the Beatles, as the Beatles, that was again for, Paul McCartney said that. It's been a while since I used this analogy. He says it was a square, but I think he's talking about a cube when he says that. He went like that, right? And he says each Beatle occupied their quadrant within that square, and somewhere in the middle, their crossover ideas. You got to think three-dimensionally with me, folks. Melded, so he was their equal. What he offered as a drummer, his psyche, his suggestions, his malapropisms that were used as ideas for songs, they were equal, right? And so, Royce, I agree with you. Like I said, I've always called them their secret weapon. And if they were a McDonald's, he'd be the secret sauce. Absolutely. Caitlin, of course, it's wonderful to see you in here. I'm going to go down to see if we've gotten any recent responses here. I love German Shepherds. They're amazing. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. You are chatting away in there, aren't you, baby? Yeah. Good Lord. See, that's what happens. I go, blah, 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 blah. You guys go, well, Aunt Petunia had the greatest salad dressing in the universe.
Turkish Flitten has puppies. So.
Oh, good, good. Yeah. When you mention Roger Waters, this is what I think of, and he leaves the link. I dread to know where that link leads to, right? And of course, Igor Splitten is able to leave a link because he is a tribal marshal and a tribal member.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, folks? This is a good time. I haven't mentioned tribal memberships and everything too much in passing. We can sure use your support there. $5 a month will get you into the first tier, right? And you become a tribal elder with that membership. Okay, so consider supporting the channel that way. $5 a month, right? Less than a cup of coffee. My goodness. And then for $10, you become a tribal. You become a tribal chieftain, is what I should say. And we have tribal chieftains right out there in there. And it's a good way of supporting the channel, right? And I've got tons of videos over there. And I will have one up in the next day or two for tribal members. All right. I still do standalone dedicated videos over on the tribal memberships, right? Because they're helping to support this channel. All right. Okay, so it's 7:03. Like I said, this was going to be a quick stream. None of you knew I was going to do this, right? And I appreciate each and every one of you for showing up, you know. And I hope I have given you, for you hard edge Led Zeppelin fans, maybe none of this was news to you. And I am a hard edge Led Zeppelin fan, but when it came to rebuying their vinyl, I was a bit of a newbie and kind of slipped in. If I had known, by the way, that the 50th anniversary with the three, I would have held off until that came out, or the 40th anniversary if that had become available, right? And so the 40th anniversary, by the way, I think is the original, and that's been out of print. Okay. But if you line up with any of those, so you're probably not going to save money on there now that I come to think about it. All right. You're not going to save a lot of money because that's probably a collector's edition. And again, Vance, leave, if you're seeing this later, leave a message and enlighten us, brother. I would love to see what you would have to say about all this because I'm just learning like the rest of you. And that's what I'm saying. That tonight it's like, Led Zeppelin fans who are rebuilding their catalogs. They haven't been keeping up with that. Average people, well, it's been a while because there is an increase in physical media, folks. And even if it's the CD you're thinking of getting and everything, a lot of people are coming out of the woodworks after giving up their LPs, after giving up their CDs. That sounds a lot like me. And decided to either collect CDs or LPs or both, DVDs, you know, uh, the great mixes you'll find on Blu-rays, things like that. People want things again. We went through that time period where, I'll just throw $20 a month to Apple Music or Spotify, and I got most of my. But it's maybe after a few years, we've all decided that, um, it's not the same experience. And maybe what I'm missing is the hands on approach, whether that's CD, DVD, Blu ray, or LP. People want things. You want to put your hand on something again. We're in a bit of future shock, I think, as a society. All this new technology encourages us to own nothing and rent everything. And I'm guilty of that. I have Apple Music. Stay away from Spotify, but I have Apple Music. And guess what? It's through Apple Music that I'll be enjoying the Beatles anthology this year, if it's available, and I'm assuming it's going to be. right? So I'm going to get to hear all those, what, 13 tracks you're going to get. And I've already heard the 17 tracks that they're sneaking off of other box sets to sell this damn thing. So, uh, yeah, the Beatles aren't going to make much money from me this year. And they're my favorite band. And I think that's sad. All right, folks. I got up here. Kimberly's feeling a little under the weather tonight. I told her I'd close this off no matter what at around an hour. I've been on for about an hour now. I think that's good, especially on a night that I don't usually do this, right? Um, Guys, give it a thumbs up. We're about four away from getting 50. Um, I'll sing for my supper here a bit, right? Share this stream, all right? Share all my stream, but share it. Yeah, send it to a friend because the channel really needs some growth right about now. And I'm not. I see. This has been a pleasant stream. Have I been pleasant, baby?
Oh yeah.
I think I've been nice,
Yes.
right? You know, I left. You know, I left Mr. Hyde behind. I'm only Dr. Jekyll tonight. Oh gosh, gee, right? So we can use all the help we can. We're still losing subscribers more than we're gaining for the first time in the history of this channel. And I've already said why. And tonight's homogenized version of the tribal forum, we're not going to bring it up, except to say, gosh, gee whiz, folks, we could use your help. We need new tribal members. We need new blood. Whatever you guys can do to encourage that. Let a few friends know about this. We're at 48. We're two away from getting a bump up as soon as it won't help this stream, but I'm about ready to close off. And look at you. And 37 of you stuck around. This is what I like, is when I've got a good crowd right at the beginning. I thought I saw. See, I'm wanting to see Zeppelin. I've been keeping an eye on to see if he would check in, but he's a busy man. He did a video. He's probably exhausted, you know, or going to a concert. Them youngsters, so damn lucky. I hate growing old, baby. No, not of course. I love growing older, right? Bound and determined to make this one of my most streams of all time. All right. To each and every one of you, and this includes a couple of content creators out there that I know have been going through tough times, have made a decision to better their lives. Larry Graves. More power to you, brother. More power to you. That's all I can say. And each and every one of you that are going through tough times, I can only hope and pray, right, that each and every one of you have a softer road to travel, but always make sure it's the true road. And the occasional burrs and, brambles and thorns that nick at your heels as you stay your course. Kind of like what happens in life. Oh, Rockin' Robin Bird in at the last set. Thanks, Michael. Great stream. $2 super thanks. Thank you so much. We did well in this $2 super thanks areas tonight, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we swung the deuce hammer fairly well. And, each and every one of you, I'm watching you guys. It's like I have a mental uh, vision of each and every one of you, and we're a family of sorts. And I wanted tonight's stream to be more family oriented. I want to thank each and every one of you for putting up with me. And I got to go take care of my wife now. She's feeling a little under the weather today. And I appreciate her
thank you, honey.
putting your efforts in tonight, baby. And that's why I'm going to sign off right now. All right. I'm Michael Noland. This is The Bottom Line. Tonight has been Tribal Forum number 73. Got to do something about Tribal Forum number 75, huh? That's kind of a big mark coming up. And I hope each and every one of you are getting through or have gotten through the week unscathed. And each and every one of you deserve just one hell of a great weekend. And I hope that's true for you. Brandon's already living the weekend. He's one of our time travelers. It's already tomorrow. in Australia. All right, folks. I'll see you on my next stream. Night.
Okay, I'm almost done.
Turn off.